Okay, so as leaders, we're always asking our teams to brainstorm, to come up with those big breakthrough ideas. But what if that whole process, the very thing we rely on, is actually fundamentally broken? Well, today we're going to unpack a structured framework that completely replaces that brainstorming chaos with a system that's actually designed to get you truly superior ideas.
And this right here, this is the key. You have to get this. The research is crystal clear. Our first ideas are almost never our best ones. The really original, game-changing stuff, that comes out way later in the process. See, the problem with a classic brainstorm is that it's practically designed to stop the second a halfway decent idea hits the table, killing real innovation before it even has a chance to breathe.
So this brings us to the core problem with the process we use constantly, but, almost never really question. Let's pull back the curtain on what I like to call the brainstorming lie.
We all know the picture, right? A super dynamic group, people bouncing ideas off each other, sticky notes flying everywhere, creativity is just sparking in the air. But decades of academic research tell a very different story. That image we all have in our heads, turns out, for the most part, it's a complete myth. And this contrast, it explains so much. We feel like it's productive. That energy of collaboration gives us what researchers call an illusion of group productivity. But underneath all that buzz, a toxic cocktail of dysfunctional dynamics is actively and silently killing our best ideas before they can even see the light of day. These are the three silent assassins of innovation. You've got groupthink, where the first idea spoken, usually from the loudest person, anchors the whole conversation. Then there's social loafing, which basically means your top performers aren't really trying their hardest. And finally, production blocking. That's when that brilliant insight from your quietest, most thoughtful team member just vanishes because they were waiting for their turn to speak.
So, if the old way is so broken, what's the fix? Let's move from the problem to the actual solution, a better, evidence-based cycle that strategically combines the quiet power of individual focus with the energy of group inspiration.
It's called the Generate, Share, Repeat cycle, and it's incredibly simple. Here's how it works. First, everyone generates ideas alone, in total silence, no talking. Then, the group comes together to share those ideas, round-robin style, with one very strict rule: no debate, no criticism. Finally, armed with all that new inspiration from hearing everyone's thoughts, you go back for another round of silent, individual idea generation. Now here's the why behind it, the strategic logic. That first generate alone phase, that's your shield. It's your defense against groupthink, social loafing, and production blocking. The share phase is where you get that structured cross-pollination of ideas, but without the debate that kills creativity. And that final repeat phase, that is where the magic happens. The team takes all that shared inspiration and uses it to produce even better, higher quality ideas.
And look, here's the crucial point. This isn't just about process for the sake of process. The single best predictor of finding a truly high-quality solution is starting with a high quantity of diverse ideas. This cycle is basically a machine designed to generate that quantity and push your team way past the obvious, easy answers.
Okay, so the framework itself is pretty simple, right? But as you know, as a leader, implementation is absolutely everything. So how do you actually put this into practice? Let's get tactical with the leader's playbook.
I've got 4 rules to make this work for you. 1. Change the language. Stop calling it brainstorming. Start calling it a structured ideation cycle. 2. Protect the silence. You have to schedule and defend that time for individual thinking. 3. Set a quantity goal. Aim for, say, 20 distinct ideas. This forces people past the obvious. And 4, and this is a big one, participate correctly. Your job as the leader during the share phase is to shut up and listen, not to dominate the conversation.
Okay, I get this question all the time. What if your team resists? That silent part, the individual work, it can feel, well, awkward at first, especially for a team that's used to that chaotic energy of a normal brainstorm. They might push back. Here's the move. Frame it as an experiment. Don't roll it out like it's some permanent top-down mandate. Just say, hey team, let's just try this once for this one session. Trust me, when your team sees the sheer volume and the incredible quality of ideas this new process generates, the results themselves will be the only argument you need.
And the other big one? The other major hurdle is psychological safety. People are just plain scared of sharing their bad ideas. They'll censor their own wildest thoughts because they're afraid of looking foolish when it's time to share with the whole group.
And this one, well, this one is on you, the leader. You have to go first. When it's sharing time, you must model vulnerability. Share one of your own less polished, maybe even half-baked,
crazier ideas. That single act gives everyone else in the room permission to share freely, without that fear of being judged.
All right, we've covered the problem, we've walked through the framework, and we've got the playbook. So now, let's make this real. Here is your clear, immediate action item to put this to work first thing Monday. Here it is, your Monday morning action. Find the very next brainstorm on your calendar and replace it. Ban open floor brainstorming. Instead, run just one session using the generate, share, repeat cycle. Just one. See what happens. See what your team is truly capable of when you replace chaos with structure. The only question left is, are you ready to stop brainstorming and start generating the breakthrough ideas your business actually needs?